The sun dipped behind the hills, turning the sprawling estate into a golden dream. Cameramen adjusted their lenses, producers whispered instructions, and a dozen young women stood in a semicircle in front of a marble fountain. They were dressed in glittering gowns, their hair and makeup immaculate, all except one. At the far end of the line sat a girl in a wheelchair. Her name was Elena. Her dress was soft blue satin, simple compared to the others. Her dark hair was tied back in a low bun, and her hands trembled slightly as she adjusted the small rose pinned to her lap. Elena had almost not come. She received the invitation to compete for Ryan S. Hart just like the others, a glossy envelope promising a life of luxury, fame, and maybe even love. But she'd laughed bitterly at first. What place did she have among women who could run, dance, and pose? Still, something inside her whispered that she deserved a chance, too. Across the fountain stood Ryan Stone, the billionaire bachelor every magazine called the city's most eligible. Tall, broad-shouldered, with storm-gray eyes, Ryan looked like he belonged on the cover of a movie poster. Yet behind his cool gaze was a man who had lost his mother young and had built his empire with no one's help. He was tired of people chasing his wealth rather than his heart. Tonight, Ryan would hand out roses. Those who received one would join him at the infamous pool party, an extravagant event where the competition truly began. "Ladies," Ryan said, his deep voice echoing. "Those who receive a rose will be invited to the pool party. It seems—" His eyes swept the group and paused on Elena. "Some of you doubt she'll even manage to come to the party." A ripple of laughter ran through the contestants. One girl whispered loudly, "Does she even swim?" Elena's cheeks flushed, but she kept her chin high. Ryan stepped forward. "Do you think you deserve a rose?" he asked. "I do," Elena said, her voice steady. "Just like everyone else." He hesitated, then smiled faintly. "I have no more roses," he said to the cameras, "but I think—" He reached into his lapel and pulled out a single hidden bloom. "This one's for you." Elena's eyes widened as he placed it in her hands. "Thank you," she whispered. The other contestants stared, stunned. A few hissed under their breath. Ryan ignored them. Something about the way Elena held herself, quiet, composed, without demanding attention, pulled at him like a magnet. The estate's pool was the size of a small lake, lined with lanterns and marble statues. Music thumped from hidden speakers. Contestants posed with cocktails, laughing too loudly. Elena stayed on the edge, watching. She wasn't there to impress. She only wanted to understand Ryan. But the other women weren't finished with her. "Enjoying the view from the sidelines?" sneered Clara, a tall brunette who had made it clear she wanted Ryan for herself. "Or are you waiting for someone to carry you in?" "I'm fine here," Elena said calmly. Clara smirked. "You're used to getting pity, aren't you? But this is a competition. Only the strongest survive." Ryan, across the pool, caught the exchange. He started toward them just as Clara, accidentally, bumped Elena's wheelchair forward. The front wheels tipped dangerously near the water. Gasps erupted. Ryan lunged, grabbing the handles just in time. "What the hell are you doing?" he snapped at Clara. "She was in the way," Clara said, but her voice wavered. Ryan wheeled Elena back to safety, kneeling beside her. "Are you okay?" Elena's heart pounded. "I'm fine. I didn't come here for pity." His eyes softened. "I know." Something shifted between them then, a spark neither could ignore. The next morning, the producers announced the next step. "2 of you will receive robes," the host said, "but only one will become Ryan's wife. How will you surprise him?" The contestants scrambled to prepare. Expensive dresses, dramatic stunts, elaborate performances, anything to win. Elena did nothing. She sat beneath a tree, sketching in her notebook. Ryan found her there. "You're not planning a surprise?" he asked. She looked up, smiling faintly. "Why should love be a performance?" He chuckled. You really don't fight for attention, do you? I don't need to, she said softly. If someone cares, they'll see me. Her words struck him like a bell. For the first time, Ryan realized how empty his world of glitz and competition had become. That evening, Clara staged a dramatic stunt by jumping into the pool with sparklers. But the trick backfired. The sparklers caught a drape on fire. Chaos erupted. Contestants screamed. Elena, closest to the exit, called out directions calmly, helping others escape. Ryan grabbed a fire extinguisher. Together, they contained the flames. When it was over, Clara collapsed, weeping. I just wanted the rose! Ryan shook his head. There won't be 2 roses, he said quietly. Only one. He turned to Elena. Why should I give it to you? She met his gaze steadily. Because I'm not here to take from you. I'm here to know you. He stared at her for a long moment. Then, without a word, he placed the final rose at her feet. Later that night, Elena wheeled herself out to the garden, away from the cameras. Ryan followed. You think I'm weak, she said quietly, but you don't know why I'm in this chair. He sat on the bench beside her. Then tell me. She drew a shaky breath. 3 years ago, I was in an accident. My fiancé was driving. He was drunk. He walked away. I didn't. Everyone left after that. My friends, my job, everything. I thought my life was over. Ryan's hands clenched. I'm so sorry. She looked at him. Why do you need me, Ryan? I'm not like the other girls. He leaned closer. That's exactly why I need you. You're real. You're stronger than all of them. Tears filled her eyes. The final ceremony wasn't televised. Ryan had asked the producers to leave. It was just the 2 of them beneath the marble archway where roses twined like a living curtain. I was a fool, Ryan said, his voice trembling. I thought the perfect partner would look a certain way. I nearly lost the chance to know you because of it. He knelt, not for the cameras, but for her. I don't have just one rose for you. I'd lay all the roses in the world at your feet if you'd have me. Elena's lips parted. Ryan, I'm not offering a title or a show. I'm offering me, my heart, my life. She wheeled forward, taking his hands. You're an idiot, she whispered, smiling through her tears. But you're my idiot. He laughed softly. Is that a yes? She nodded. It's a yes. 6 months later, the headlines read, Billionaire marries former contestant in emotional ceremony. But the photos told a deeper story. Elena, in a flowing ivory gown, wheeled herself down the aisle lined with roses. Halfway, she stopped, and Ryan walked to her. Without a word, he lifted her gently, not as a show, but as a vow, and together they walked the last steps to the altar. Their vows were simple. When it seemed there was no way out for both of us, we became each other's salvation. In the crowd, even the harshest critics wiped their eyes. This wasn't a fairy tale. It was something stronger, 2 broken people who had chosen each other fully and fiercely. Ryan whispered to her as they exchanged rings. I'm here. I'll always be here. Elena squeezed his hand. I know, because love isn't about standing or falling, it's about staying. As they kissed, rose petals fell like snow, and the cameras, invited back for one last shot, captured the image that would go viral around the world. A man who had everything, choosing not perfection, but truth. A woman who had lost so much, choosing to love again. From wheelchair to bride, his unstoppable love.